Today, I'm going to talk about one of the most common coping strategies that many of us employ when it comes to speaking in front of others. Why do so many people avoid public speaking? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You could go blank. You could get severe butterflies in the stomach and bend over double. You could start to cry in front of everyone. Yeah, that sounds really bad, actually. Maybe that's why we avoid it. Okay, I've just described to you my first experience of being on stage. That is what happened to me. I was 8 years old and performing at a Christmas concert with hundreds of other students, and I panicked. And a kind teacher dragged me off the stage, helped me calm down, and explained to me that what I was experiencing was stage fright. And from then on, I never had to go on stage again because they said, don't worry, you get stage fright, so it's okay. You don't have to do that anymore. Now, the truth is, they were trying to be kind, but I developed this massive fear of performing or speaking in front of others, thinking that whenever I'd do that, I'd get those terrible symptoms of stage fright again. Maybe you've had a similar experience where you have one bad experience and it taints your vision of what things are like. So imagine this. Let's say a child thinks there's a monster under the bed and says to their parent, "Mummy, Daddy, I think there's a monster under the bed." And let's say that parent replies, "Oh my gosh, there could be. There might be a terrible monster under the bed. Let's just not check. Don't look. Whatever you do, do not look under the bed, just in case there's a monster." That poor child will be so scared, and that fear year by year will grow and grow until eventually they'll feel terrified about potentially the monster being under the bed, but they don't know. Public speaking is a little bit like that. We're afraid of it, so we avoid it. Maybe we've asked our teachers and parents when we were small and said, "I'm scared of public speaking." But because so many people are afraid of it, maybe your parents and teachers also said, "Do you know what? It is really scary." Yes, perfectly understandable. So that doesn't necessarily help you get over that fear. The only way to get over that fear is to find out yourself. The child needs to look under the bed. What if that parent said something like this? "Well, the only way to find out if there is a monster under the bed or not is to check." Will you check? Go on, let's check together. Let's just check under the bed right now. Go on, let's get that torch. Have a look. Is there a monster under the bed? Oh, look, no, there isn't. In that moment, the child learns there's nothing to be afraid of. They've checked, and they had the experience of looking under the bed and seeing there was no monster. Public speaking is the monster that we never look to find out about. We just keep it sealed in a cupboard or under the bed, thinking it's this huge monster that will be very terrifying. The truth is that whenever you avoid your fear, that fear gets worse, because in your mind, you're imagining worse and worse scenarios. So I avoided speaking in front of others in my childhood years, teenage years, early adulthood, and so on. If I had addressed it much earlier, then for sure it wouldn't have been such a huge problem. One of the things that helped me as an adult is learning to face those fears. It's a very empowering process where you realize there was nothing to be afraid of. It's okay. You retrain your brain, your nervous system, everything about you. You retrain and you begin to learn and understand that this is okay. That's when you start to develop confidence as well. So my challenge to you is to stop avoiding speaking in front of others. Take some step forward, no matter how small. Take some form of action to prove to yourself you can do it. To prove to yourself there is no monster under the bed. There is no big bad, scary public speaking. It's just about you giving a presentation. So something that you can do is start small. You don't want to go from someone with high anxiety to all of a sudden presenting in front of thousands. That wouldn't be a good step to take. But what you could do is take a small step forward. You can ask your friend to jump onto Zoom with you whilst you deliver an online presentation and get some feedback as well. Then at least you have some experience of speaking in front of someone, even if it's just one person. So I hope you gain lots from that challenge. Whatever you do, just take some small step forward and then be happy with those steps that you've taken. If you want to learn more, then please subscribe to this channel.